What's up, guys? Hey, all right, so had a couple of guys wanting to see a more in-depth look at the truck, so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go over some of the stuff on it. I'll give you an overall kind of review of how the ride quality is and that kind of stuff too. So stick around, man. It'll be good. All right, guys. So we're in the truck. Go ahead, buckle up, safety. So, like I said, I bought this truck new. It's been a few months ago, and the initial impression of the truck was it was awesome. I really liked the way that the new front end looked. I like the LED running lights. Very cool looking. It just had that grandpa vibe going for me, so we needed to lift it up a little bit and make it look a little bit better. Give it a better stance, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we did. Went with a 7.5-inch rough country suspension lift, and man, I tell you, it looks pretty good. I wanted to go with the 7.5-inch. The shop I used, same price to do a 6-inch as it is a 7.5-inch. If you go on Rough Country's website, you can also see that the material or the hardware, the kit, whatever, it's also the same price. So basically, I was like, why not another 1.5 inches for the same money, right? So that's what we did. And the wheels went back and forth. Finally ended up settling on the Moto metal wheels. I think they're the 870s. It's a 20x10, and with a -34 offset, I believe. So it's got some lip. It's definitely got a little bit of lip in there, and it looks how I wanted it to look. I didn't want to go 20x12s. It just seemed like they were going to stick out too far for me. I was a little nervous because there wasn't a lot of these trucks that were already lifted with wheels and tires out there that I could kind of reference as far as, you know, how it would look. So it was kind of a gamble. But actually it ended up working out pretty well. It stuck out wider so they don't look like they're tucked underneath the truck. There's no wheel spacers. I've had a couple of guys ask me about that. No, there's no spacers. This is just bolted straight up, nothing like that. And it looks good. I can't imagine it being any wider. Did have to trim a little bit of the plastic on the front valance piece. I'll show you guys here in a little bit when we stop. And but at a certain angle of backing up, I still get a little bit of rubbing. I will say that. I think it's probably from the inner fender liner, which is like a kind of a, I don't know, it's like a carpet material or something, but it's thick, kind of plastic, carpeted. I don't know. I'll show you guys that too. But only when I'm backing up and cutting the wheels pretty sharp. So general ride quality is pretty nice. Didn't drive it a whole lot before the lift was on it, but it's obviously going to be a little bit stiffer of a ride no matter how you do it. It's pretty comfortable to drive. I don't have any issues with it. I will say that the speedometer is off, probably to the tune of about, I don't know, 5 miles an hour, which potentially could get you in trouble in a ticket. And it's if it says you're going 40, you're really going 45. So, which, yeah, I know they make the little calibrating tool, and you can get all that stuff programmed and all that. I just haven't done it. So, yeah, so it didn't really matter to me. But anyway, so what we'll do is we'll pull up over here in just a sec, and we'll park, we'll get out, we'll do some shots of the truck, and I'll show you some of those things I was talking about, and what we had to do to make sure that it wasn't going to rub just doing, you know, regular turning and things of that nature. So hang in there for just a second. I'm going to get parked here, and we'll get you some better shots here, guys. Okay guys, finally got parked. We're gonna come out here, we're gonna do a little walk around. I'm gonna show you some of those things I was talking to you about while I was driving over here. Just kind of in an open parking lot of the school. Sunday, so there's not a whole lot going on. People drive by, they see me talking to my camera, they think I'm probably some sort of weirdo, which might be true, I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna flip around here, and I'll show you some of that stuff. All right, there we go. So we'll just do kind of a quick little walk around here. Again, 2016 Z71 crew cab. It is not the longer bed one, it's the shorter bed one. But even the longer bed one's not even really that long of a bed. I apologize if there's a little bit of wind noise, and I also apologize because the truck is kind of a filthy mess. That's the downside to black. When it's clean, it's a very nice. But when it's dirty, which is 90% of the time, it's dirty. So again, like I was telling you guys, really enjoy the front end look of this. The LED running lights look awesome. HID headlights, and what I thought was really cool is they did the LED fog lights, so all of the color temperatures match, and that looks way better than having LED or HID headlights and then like crappy incandescent yellow bulbs at the bottom. So here we go, we'll do a little close-up here. So like I said, here's the wheel and tire combo. They're 35 12.5 20s. Some other guys were saying, yeah, you should have went 37s, and yeah, I thought about it, they look cool for sure. But I think I'm just wondering, I'm too much rubbing is not, you know, ideal for me. So if you look here, this is the part that we had trimmed a little bit, because when you turn, obviously the front of the tire will come into that. And it just makes a crazy sound that makes you feel like you're tearing something up. So it was trimmed a little bit, just kind of keep almost the same radius as the fender line, so not a big deal there. If I didn't point it out, most people wouldn't even notice it. Now the rubbing I was telling you about on the ride over here, I think it's coming from this right here, which is like kind of a carpeted, like hard plastic material. Again, probably just need to shave it off here. I just need to have somebody back up and turn the wheels, and I can take a better look at it. So again, you can see the lift here. So that's where we get the lift there. Everything had to be, there's some brackets that were extended, of course, for brake lines and that sort of thing. And I guess the power steering on these is totally electric now. There's no, there is not any pumps and stuff like that go into it, or mechanical pumps. So it was kind of interesting to find out. They dropped the whole rack and everything like that. I mean, the whole thing was torque powered. Pretty cool little process. The guys are super professional up there and did a great job. But like I was saying, if you kind of get a shot down here, I mean, this is without any kind of spacers, and so it looks pretty mean to me. I'm definitely satisfied with it. I was concerned that I was going to have to do something with the wheel spacers, because I didn't think it was going to stick out like I wanted it to. But again, I definitely think it stuck out the way I liked it. Here's another shot of it here. Yeah, there's a GoPro stuck to the side of the door, which I'm not really a big fan of sticking stuff on the paint, but yeah. So let's see, we'll get you another shot in here. The kit does come with replacement shocks for the rear. You can see those. All right, so obviously still pretty dang clean underneath here. Not a whole lot of off-roading been done here. So, but yeah, it's definitely, you know, it's a good ride. And pulled the trailer with it. Didn't have any issues. Just obviously had to get a bigger, you know, drop hitch. So if you kind of take a look, you can see the ground clearance is pretty good increase. But yeah, stock shocks in the front still. They reuse those, or Rancho. And yeah, so I think what we'll do now is, you know, I'll link all the stuff in the description of what, you know, stuff is on this truck. Obviously, I just did the vinyl overlay on the bow ties, so I think it looks pretty good. We'll do a little basic, you know, generic info about the truck and kind of the Apple CarPlay stuff too, just to kind of cover all the bases on the truck. Of course, yeah, we did the Line-X bed liner. Don't mind the fake snake in there, that's my son's. But yeah, those guys did a great job too. I've done some other companies before with bed liners, but we did the Line-X one on this one, and it just came out really good. Very professional, those guys up there too. So let's take a look inside here. All right, guys, so hopefully you can see the screen and all the fingerprints on it. That looks very nice. So go ahead and start the truck, and we'll go over just some of the basic features of the Apple CarPlay. Pretty cool, actually. My wife's car, there's a software update coming for it, and it's supposed to have Apple CarPlay too, which she'll like. So the CarPlay is pretty cool in the fact that but it only works when it's plugged into the car into a lightning cable for an iPhone, or I guess if you have an older iPhone, of course, in the other cable. But it works pretty well. The only downside is if you get messages and stuff and you don't want people to see them that they're riding with you, yeah, they just kind of pop up. But doesn't matter. It's all good. So, of course, Bluetooth automatically syncs to my phone, music streams, phone calls, that sort of stuff. So we'll go ahead and plug the phone in, and let's see here. All right, so you see we got the CarPlay logo on the phone that shows up now. All right, so we give it a second. Go back to our main menu here, right? So if you'll notice now we got Apple CarPlay listed as an option. So you hit that, and all right, I'll probably blur everybody's name out because that's kind of weird to put everyone's name that I had a text message with on blast. So anyway, basically what we got is any app that's going to be compatible with Apple CarPlay, right? So the truck does have navigation, but 90% of the people I know, including myself, don't use the navigation. If I'm using it, it's either Bluetooth through the audio on the phone, or it's going to be through the Apple Maps, which is cool. And you can swipe. So we got Pandora and Spotify, so you can access your apps directly that way, and then play them and control them all through the radio, and as well as on the steering wheel controls. So if we go back, you can go make a phone call. The text messages are cool. It'll actually read your text messages. iHeartRadio's on there. Any audiobooks? Not a big audiobook listener, I guess that would be. So, but all in all, pretty cool little setup. So, it shows your signal, your LTE. So we're connected to 4G network. That's your home button, just like your phone would have. So it takes you back to the main screen. So it's pretty cool little setup, and definitely a cool option to have. So why not do a full-on review of the pickup other than just the lift and stuff? So the design, the doors, we've got quite a bit of storage in here, quite a bit of storage here. Automatic power up just for the driver's door. Everything else is auto down. You've got child lock built into the doors now for the windows, and for the doors in the back, which is pretty cool. Power mirrors, four-wheel drive function right here. Of course, your dimmer. And this, you can push this, I'll turn your fog lights on, but I always leave the headlights on auto anyway. Steering wheel controls, of course, like we were saying. Seats, actually pretty comfortable. This is not the full console, it's the split, which is actually pretty nice when we got to squeeze more than just the 5 people in here. We can squeeze more. Power seats. It's got heated seats too. We've got a little cubby here to store some stuff. Traction control, cargo light, and hill descent here, which is some cool options, I guess you could say. I don't know, I've never used really any of them on or off. We've got we can get down there, regular outlet and then a cigarette outlet, so you can use, it's got a power inverter built into it, so you can charge stuff that doesn't have a cigarette lighter adapter thing, whatever you want to call it. So again, big storage back here in these doors, very helpful if you're storing stuff. I hate using the seat back just because once you do, it just seems like it's a big bulging mess and it's just terrible. So obviously good room in the back seat. These seats fold up so that you can have more room in there if you need to haul something, which I have before. Pretty cool little feature. All in all, let's see, what do we got here? Another cup holder. So pretty comfy back here for the passengers, and you can still have a good room up front. So leg room is good in this one. So let's see, that's about all I can think of right now. So, all right guys, that was the truck. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I answered any questions that you guys wanted to know about the truck and the setup. Still don't have any steps on the truck. Haven't decided which way I want to go on that yet. Probably just gonna go with the amp research and the power steps. Still haven't tinted the windows, you know, just stuff like that. You know, something about you gotta work and you just run out of time to do stuff. So what we'll do is we'll get this out here. If you guys got any other comments, anything else you want to see, anything I didn't address, just put it down in the comments. And we appreciate you guys watching. And thanks again.